everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Corner. As you can tell, today's episode's different in the flesh. I have been rumouring and saying, there's going to be something special for like a year. This is what it is. We're doing actual studio interviews now, and I actually do have a special guest. I've got Jayda with me.
Yeah. I think I'd messed me up to that girl episode.
Right, okay. Like, typically my podcasts don't have guests because, like, I just love to yap. But today we have a guest, and obviously by the title, you know, it's Show Me Your Friends, I'll Show You Your Future. Basically, with the whole kind of gist of how this, like, chapter is about kind of discovering yourself and being someone who strives for their goals and doesn't deter from that, I was thinking we were doing so much focusing on the self that we should move on to focusing on our surroundings, because our surroundings influence who we are. So, that's basically the title. First of all, I'm just going to explain who Jayda is to me for if some of you guys don't know, and if some of you guys didn't watch the Girlhood episode. So, like, you.
Oh, hi guys. I'm literally Mama's cousin.
No,
like,
we're actually not cousins, but go. Shows calm. Okay, we're cousins.
We're cousins and have been cousins.
Yeah, basically, like,
Girl.
our parents are best friends, and they, like, planned all of our siblings' births at, like, around the same time, and we've literally just grown up together. So I thought, like, obviously, Girlhood was also kind of about this topic and finding good girl friendships, but I thought it'd be really good to just, like, have, you know, someone on here who, like, is literally my sister, and we can talk about stuff like this, because we talk about this all the time, but, like, unfiltered. This could be a bit more professional. So, yeah. First, I want to talk about, like, how you think you kind of make your friends. Like, how do you know what you like and dislike in friendships?
Okay. When it comes to making friends is not easy. It's not easy. And I would say you don't really have a true friend, but it's really, like, hard and rare to find a true friend. Because in this generation, people are horrible. They're horrible, they're fake, there's always something going around, something going on. Toxicity in friendships, like, we don't like that. So, with me, I feel like you really just have to trial and error when it comes to making friends. So, if you've, like, made a friend, you know, like, the friendship group that you have, you know, like, they're jealous. If you go join another friendship group, and they're also, like, jealous, you should notice, oh, I know these people are this way, so I can't go back to people who act jealous.
Yeah.
So you just trial and error. It takes time.
Literally.
And you're going to get hurt in the process. But
Right.
But that's life. Like,
no, literally.
You can't control it.
That's literally what I had written down. I was like, you don't know what you like unless you try it out. Like, I've had so many friendships where it's just like, it's confused. Like, you look at me and my friend, you're thinking you're not even on the same wavelength.
The
mindsets are so different, and you really have to trial and error. And I feel like that will just come naturally, like, through, like, secondary school. If you guys are listening from the UK, if you guys don't know, that's basically high school, whatever. And like, I just feel like you just make friends in year 7, your friendship groups change all the time, and you have so much, like, drama and all that going on. So I feel like you discover kind of what you kind of like about friendships. Me personally, like, I love people to, like, not, like, hate on me when I'm cringe, because I feel like to be cringe is to be free.
It's cute.
To be cringe is to be free.
Like,
and, like, I just feel like sometimes that's just my personality. Like, I'm actually, like,
it's not the end of the world.
It's literally not the end of the world. And also, like, I like it when I can have, like, serious conversations with my friends. Like, if I can't have a serious conversation with you, why am I your friend?
No. What's the point?
No, literally. So that's what I've, like, found out that I like. I feel like I found that out through, like, just literally, like, having friends that are just there for the vibes and just not actually knowing why they're there, and then questioning to myself, why am I actually friends with that person? So, yeah. Moving on from that, I want to ask you about any past experiences you've had with friendships and stuff that's kind of made you kind of filter out, like, the bad ones and kind of just, like, discover what you like about friendships.
Okay. So, I would like, because it's a really obvious situation, so I'm just gonna not.
Like, brief, yeah. You don't have to
like,
details.
Just, like, really toxic friendships. Like, oh, I want to go out. Like, not even that. It's like, let's say we take 2 different buses home,
Mm-hmm.
and it's gonna take me at least an extra 2 buses to get home from taking your bus. So you're forcing me to, no, come my way, come this way, like come my way, like
Yeah.
that's a relationship, not a friendship.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, and I don't like that kind of friendship where that one person feels like they have the authority
To
or
like
the
you
power
owe it to
over
them.
you.
Yeah.
Like you feel like, oh, because you're my friend, you have to do this. Because you're my friend, you have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
That is a big no. And toxic friendships as well. Like getting mad over like the smallest things. Me and my friend, we don't argue like that. So when there is an argument, it's a bit deep.
Yeah, it's like
What's
what
going
else?
on?
Yeah.
Like, it's not usual.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's just really
Yeah.
friendships are just tough in
But
general.
let's talk about it because you said like sometimes some like toxic friendships you've been in, they try to act like they're like in a relationship with you.
Yeah.
Really?
It's really odd. Like, they act like you have to tell, oh, who you going out with? Oh, why are you going out with them? I don't like
Oh,
them.
like possessive
Like,
friends.
it's really
Yeah.
It's like, no.
Like, guys, I know this topic is about kind of like friendships and stuff, but like in relationships, all of that, or any type comes into this play.
Yeah.
And I feel like, yeah, being possessive over people's not normal. That's not normal. Like, my healthiest friendships, we do not give a like toss what we're doing. Like, it's like as long as you're safe
As long as
and you're
good,
with
yeah.
people that like are good people,
Mhm.
I don't really care what you get up to. I'm not a possessive friend because I feel like you shouldn't just limit yourself to one person. And like a lot of people have like, I get it, having your closest friends, there's different categories, but like everyone has this like desire to have one sole best friend, and I'm just like, is it by force? It's not by force, because then it's like you're getting jealous. And I see it on TikTok all the time, like people in comments, and they're like, oh, my friends do that. I know it's a joke, but sometimes I'm just like, it's weird. Like if like it's just like whatever.
I always say, yeah, they like kind of sabotage you in a way. Like you have those friends that just like you're not like sorry, but you're not a good friend.
Yeah, like, and I know we're talking about like characteristics that we don't like in certain people and certain friendships, but it's also important to remember that like what kind of friend or like relational kind of person are you? Like, I think that like in friendships, like I'm down for whatever. Nah, that's a lie. I am not down for whatever. I feel like I don't know, like in a lot of my friendships, like I'll support you. I'll like I'm an advice person. I love giving a bit of advice. I mean, I have a podcast that flip now. Um and but like I love having like soft moments, like just doing chill things. I love doing fun things too, but like I'm just not like I'm not a party person.
I'm down for anything, guys.
We know.
You know,
We know.
I'm down for literally anything. Oh, do you want to go to skydiving? Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. I don't even know whose birthday it is, but I will go to that party.
Yeah.
Like, it's not even like, oh, I'm a party person. No. I'm one of those people that like, oh, how come Jayda's not smiling today? How come she's so upset? Because I just like to bring positivity.
Like positive.
everywhere.
No, like literally, I feel like you have to in your friendships. You can't be like negative. But I feel like definitely knowing yourself, like me myself, I know I'm not like okay, in some moments, like with Jayda, like I have like the most fun of my life and we'll do stupid things, but I also won't exceed my boundaries, if that makes sense. Like I know I'm not a person who does I don't do certain things.
Yeah.
So I'm not exceeding that boundary because I know what type of friend I am, and I'm not gonna be a people pleaser and change myself around people because it's like, what the heck? Like, it's not doing you any justice. So you have to understand what kind of friend you are. Because if you realize that you crave validation from other people so much that you want to be a people pleaser, that's something that you need to work on within yourself before even looking at other friendships. Do you think you've had any like moments where you like were people pleaser? I definitely have.
Oh yeah.
But, like, you go first.
110%. Like I think I'm the biggest people pleaser known to mankind. But all the time I'm always offering. It's like sometimes you don't even get a thank you, and it's like,
But you're
I'm
just
just
still
raised
offer.
well, but I will still offer because like that's my friend. I feel like sometimes it's like a little bit. My friend, I need to do this with them.
Yeah.
I've stopped people treating because like people will take advantage of you to the bone when they find out you're a people pleaser. They will take the
Mick. I'll take a minute.
they'll take the mic because they know like, oh guys, I've had some experience with this person. They know like they can always go to you
You as a
and depend
person.
on you.
Like, same thing in relationships, guys. Literally, like, whatever kind of relational. When I'm saying relationships, I mean, what's it? Romantic relationships, whatever. Like, you know what kind of person. You know this happens in a lot of friendships, whatever relationships, family friendships, whatever. Family friendship, family ties, whatever. Like, people do like to take advantage of people who are nice. That's why I've seen this quote everywhere, and I will stand by it to this day. Don't be nice, be kind. Like, it's good to, like, I know at my core I'm a kind person. Some people will say I'm rude, but it's just like I'm just not a people pleaser. Like, I literally don't care. Like, I've had too many instances in my life where I've tried to please people, and I just don't give a toss. Like, I don't give a toss. Like,
Sorry.
I don't care. Like, I just don't care. Like, I just feel like it's just so annoying. Like, I'm not here like on this earth existing for you, and also knowing that I'm a Christian, like I exist to please God. So if I'm pleasing you, I'm idolizing you as a friend, and that's flipping weird. Like, I'm not gonna try, be a certain way because of you, or do certain things because of you. Like, I used to be in a friend group when I was quite young, and it's like no bad blood against any of these girls, right? Because I know we were all really young at that point, and like, yeah, I did things I probably wasn't proud of too, but like, we're all like decently calm now, but we're just not like friends, I guess. But like, in that friendship, I'm sure they tried to people please me, but I tried to people please them too. Like I said, I have such strict boundaries now, and I feel like I wouldn't have been able to develop that if not for that friendship. Because like, they wanted to do certain things that maybe I wasn't okay with doing. Because like, high key, like back in the day too, like I was a little wimp. Like, I was scared of stuff. Like, I would literally not even like want to flip and get a crossing off in my school book. Like, I'm actually a goody two shoes. Like, I'm not that. We know. Yeah, but I'm actually a goody two shoes, and I still am to this day. But like, I was like 10 times worse back then. So they wanted to do things that just didn't align with my morals, or like the person I wanted to become.
That's one thing as well.
Scared of losing them. I had no friends. I know. I literally had like no friends. So I was like really scared of like losing them in my life. So I was just like I don't know, people pleasing them, like trying to be different and stuff, saying, "Oh, I would do this," knowing full well I wouldn't do
That's
that.
something as well.
I wouldn't do it.
Influence, like don't
Oh,
let people peer pressure you. That's like me smoking a cig. Hey, come on, do it. You have to do it. You have to do it. No, because I know. God, I don't. I'm just saying.
please say for the parents.
It's just nasty. So I don't do that. That's like me smoke it and saying, "Mommy, do it, because I do. You need to do it too, so we can be." No, it doesn't matter. You can lose friends because of stuff like that. Lose them because they are not your friends. If they want you to go down that nasty, dirty path with tar and all that nonsense in your lungs, they can have that. You don't need that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, those.
You literally, yeah, you don't have to like change who you are for the people around you. Because I was thinking maybe like I was young back then, and maybe I like developed to do the stuff they wanted to do. I'm 17 years of age, going on 18, still wouldn't do those things. Like, I'm not changing for someone else. And in staying true to myself, well, that was actually by force, but like realizing that like I deserve better friends than that, it put me on a completely different path. And like looking at my life now, it makes sense why I'm not like, if I was friends with those people, I can't lie, I don't know what I'd be doing.
Honestly.
Like, I'm not saying they're lost causes, they're literally not, but like, I know for a fact I would not have a podcast, I would not have written, like, published my book and be like working hard, I would not be going to a good school, like, and aiming for top university. Like, I literally would not be doing all of that. I probably would have been, I don't know, like,
Because people these days, guys, bad friends will set you up. They will say, do this, that, because I'll do it too, but they won't. They just want to see your downfall. They want to see you go down to the depths so they can think highly of themselves. So always have that thing in your mind that why are they trying to say this to me, that blah, blah, blah. You don't need that. If you've never done it before, don't do it now.
yeah, unless you really want to do it.
No.
I'll do it. Oh, okay, maybe not. No, because like, if I really want to do something, I'll do it. But like, do you know what I mean? Oh, okay.
Like, if you know it's not going to, like, benefit. Okay, do you know what it is? That's a good conversation.
Do you know what I mean? No, literally, I feel like everything's in moderation. If you want to try something new that's a bit out of your boundaries, start it in moderation. Like, if you want to dress like a different style, start it in moderation. No. If you want to, like, I don't know, drink alcohol, I guess, do it in moderation. Obviously, do everything legal, above 18, all of that jazz. Anyways, on the topic of bad friends, I was thinking about this and I was like, what does it say about you when you have bad friends around you and or bad relationships? Because I see, like, we're 17, so we're at that age where there's like, I wouldn't call it youth relationships, but I feel like people are getting into like their most like first serious, getting into their most like serious like first relationship, or even like just finding new friends. And I feel like people go through trauma. Like I hear stories every day going to school. People are going through the trenches with their friendships, like romantic relationships and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, obviously, there's no doubt that the people that they're friends with are bad people. But then what does that say about you if you're constantly allowing bad people to treat you like that?
I feel like when it gets to the point, people are gonna start using you because they know she's a weak spot. They know that I can get to her if I want to. They know I can get her if I want to, as employees. Because at this day and age, some people, some boys are really manipulative, and they'll make you feel bad if you don't do something for them. So I feel like as a person, you should really like just honestly try your best because it's not in your hand.
It's honestly not. Like the bad, like oh my gosh, like we could be here for days if I tell you about all of the like stories that we both have with like bad relationships, the bad friendships, like all of that, like we can literally be here for days. And it's like we're not like looking at us now. Like I know Jayda to my core. She's not a bad person. I know I'm not a bad person. Why are bad things happening to me? And sometimes you can put yourself in like a state of victimization and be like, oh my gosh, it's only me. Like only bad things happen to me. Well, no. Obviously, there is something. If you're constantly like getting done dirty, maybe you have to look at yourself.
Yeah.
No, because I had to do this. I had to look at myself in the mirror and think,
what's going on that this is happening? Because I know it's not them.
Because it's just like it's not like they all plotted and decided to all do you dirty at these specific periods of time. So I'm just like you do have to look at yourself, and it's just like you may be allowing yourself to get hurt. You're not allowing bad people to become bad people because bad people are. There's bad people everywhere. It's not your fault. It's not your doing. There's a reason for why people are the way they are. But if you know full and well that these people probably won't be good for you, and you're just allowing them to come into your life, full access, airing out your secrets because I love to yap, you know.
Something that's a big man.
My biggest downfall too, because even in the Bible, it's like you literally shouldn't be talking too much. Like, no, but like, I feel like you have to look at yourself and be like, what qualities do I have, which is allowing these things to happen again and again. And for me, yeah, yapping, and also I feel like you can be too trusting sometimes. Like you'll meet someone, and you'll just be like, oh, like they're like you meet them, you instantly connect, and then like, that's your friends, and then you're just like,
that's what happened to me.
I feel like I'm so much more guarded now.
You cannot let people in easily, guys. You don't know people, especially okay. Joining sixth form was like a really big step from secondary school because with secondary school you've known everybody since year 11, or even if you joined midway, you've known everyone for time now. Everyone knows each other, everyone's calm. But you're going into a place where you don't know people, people don't know you, you don't know their character, you don't know what schools they went to, how they act, and blah, blah, blah. Obviously, during the first few weeks, they're going to mask
like how they really are.
How they are. So you're going to think, oh, she's so nice, she's so lovely. Letting you know, she's doing you dirty, spreading out your secrets and calling her names online. Like, does it make sense? Like, don't trust people easily, especially if you don't know them, because no one outside is really your friend. Nobody really likes you. So. Apart from like your good friend, but on the outside, like, know your people. Know your people.
No, yeah. My mum always used to say to me, like, friendships won't do you anything. And I was like, a ride or die for my friends.
I was saying,
right.
Listen to your mum. That's what I'm gonna say.
Intuition is actually so flipping scary.
I don't like these stories you're hanging around with. Like, your attitude's changed. And I know it hasn't. No, it hasn't. Yes, it has. You might not notice it, but it definitely has.
But yeah, like, just know yourself and be careful with people. I feel like definitely what Jayda was saying with, like, going into sixth form, like, yeah, there was, like, so many new people and stuff. And, like, a friend to all is a friend to none. But to be fair, to be fair, I have a tendency where people look at me and think she's friends with everyone. No, I'm not. I'm nice to everyone. And I feel like there's a difference between like being friends with everyone and being kind of charismatic. As like a person who has like high aspirations, like I want to be someone who's charismatic and who is just nice to people. Like obviously I'm not like kind, okay, kind to people. I'm not like, I don't take the mic and get myself used and abused, like absolutely not. But I feel like in school, like I can talk to a lot of people, ask them about their day or know a bit about their life and be like, cool. But I don't really air my dirty laundry unless like it's something that I don't really care if people know. Like, because I am a yapper, like, no, that's one thing I've adapted. Like, it's like you have what people who you tell your stuff to. Like, there's categories of friends. Like, no one speaks about this enough. Like, a friend to all is a friend to none. Yeah, that's true. But like, there's categories of friends. Like for me, it's like I've got the people that like I will literally tell you if I'm like anything, like literally spanning from literally anything, and then I've just got people that
She's just a friend, like
classmates, acquaintances, you know. Like I feel like there's with me like because I love to yap. I feel like some people think they know me to their core, and it's like you don't know.
What's my favorite color?
I don't even have one, but like pink.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, some people think they know me. Like, it's been. I feel like in schools where you have like kind of a lot of drama, and you want to correct people's like perception of you, which I've always wanted to do because I feel like some people do not. It's not worth it. Like some people don't get the right grasp of how you're like and the person you are. It's literally not worth it. Like who cares if someone thinks you are a rude person? Like obviously I care, but like if they get that misconception from rumors and stuff like who actually cares?
You know yourself. You know who
You literally know
are.
yourself.
If you know, I like that's like body odor as well. If you know you don't smell, then you don't. If you know you're not murky, you know. If you know yourself,
there was a point of time where I kind of didn't know what I like. I didn't know my vibe because I'd been like a yes man to everything. I was a friend person. Like what my friends are doing, I'm doing too. Heck, if you're jumping off that bed, I'm jumping. I was literally like just following kind of what they did, and it took me a while to kind of like separate myself from that and kind of discover what I like. You honestly just need to like spending time alone. Like I've got close friends, but we're such like homebodies and people who are just do things separately. Like we can be living like two completely different lives every day, update each other like decently, and we'll still be close as ever because it's like you don't need to be breathing in someone's face 24/7 to be their best friend. Like,
honestly, guys, sometimes I don't even see my friends for like a good 2 months.
and it's like and when you meet each other, it's literally like nothing's changed. And that's how you know that's a good friendship. And then on that like branch, even in like relationships, I mean we don't have experience. We don't have we don't have experience, so like what I would say what what I would say is like in terms of like relationships, that's the difference. Some friends treat your friendship like a relationship. We're not talking about that. When you're actually in a romantic relationship for the first time too, it's easy to like cut off your friends and make that person your like sole person. And it's also really easy to what's it called? Like, you know, be codependent on that person too. So like I'm saying, you need to have your own time, have your own taste, have your own perspectives on things, and not kind of like, you know, compromise that for another person. Because at the end of the day, at our age, people come, people go. That is actually not by force. Like, unless you're like, marriage is something different because us Christians believe your marriage is a partnership and that you become one body. So, in that sense, that's different. You're not married yet. Chill. Like,
You have your whole life ahead of you.
you know what affairs, but like, I don't know.
Lucky you, but next thing
Whereas,
you know,
yes.
she's left you for some random person and you're just there with 4 kids. Like,
Yeah.
like you might say you're in love, but like you have your whole life ahead of you. Let's say at least 6 years. Come on.
6 years?
Okay, no, like know each other for at least 6 years.
Yeah, you're
That includes like dating, talking,
No,
all of the things.
no.
No, like
No,
talking,
it was
dating,
no,
everything.
no.
Like no, don't do this. No, I'm right.
No.
Stop it. That's like the whole of secondary. Imagine you guys met in year 7.
I'm not saying
You met in year 7. You started talking in year 8. Who said I want to be with someone who I met in secondary school?
No, because what the
We
hell?
talking in year 8 and 9. Obviously, there's gonna be like bumpy roads.
No, but I'm saying that's not happening. But I'm saying that's not happening for either. That's not happening for either of us. Do you want to marry anyone you went secondary school with?
Yeah.
God forbid.
It's indecisive.
Shut the hell up. No, God forbid. Like, we're not doing that. Like, no. I'm not saying 6 years because you know what? What God has blessed, it will come together on His timing. And if God's saying 3 months and that's going to be your husband for the rest of your life, fair. It's like...
Oh, I was going to say, you find out he's your third cousin. Are you good?
No, but like, you never know, though. You never know. You never know.
Or what if he has like...
No, I'm trusting in God. If God's like, that's my husband. And
What if he marries you, he has like HIV or something? You would have
God
gone
forbid, we wouldn't test for that.
Exactly.
3 months is enough to have the test for that. What? And also, why are you getting sexually transmitted diseases when we're supposed to be pure for each other?
You're asking me. There's wicked people in this world. Never know.
But that's why I'm saying you have to like be your own person.
Yeah,
because
know
these things
yourself.
can happen. Like these things can happen. Like even in marriage, it can happen.
Mhm.
So it's really important in any partnership that you have. Literally know yourself separately and know yourself together. Like you are not one person, and you shouldn't compromise yourself for someone else. Because at the end of the day, like my mom always says, you didn't come into this world with anyone. You're not going to leave this world with anyone. At the end of the day, we're going to die and we're going to be alone. And that sounds really harsh, but that is the truth. So, like, whatever friendship it is, just don't, like, ruin your morals or, like, who you are as a person for it. And don't compromise yourself. If your friend's doing something you don't like, communicate.
Thank you.
Communicate. What do you think about communication?
When it comes to communicating, guys, I know it's not easy because you see me and my mates, yeah.
No,
You
Jayda, we
see
don't.
them 3. And I
No,
know
I can't lie. Hot take. You guys can't communicate.
We can't communicate.
You guys can't. You guys can't communicate.
Let me tell you, the conversation that we were having yesterday, we were all screaming at each other because there was no like communication.
No, we were literally having an argument. It was so funny though.
We having a civil conversation. We were all screaming at each other. There's no communication between us.
But yeah, on a serious note, communication is
It's
important.
really serious.
Like, I always say to myself, like, to kind of hold myself accountable, if I'm mad at something and I don't communicate it, that's my problem.
Oh, I do all the time.
No, because then, you know what it does?
Bad.
You hold in, like, so much,
The
like,
anger,
anger,
you're just
and it
building
becomes,
it
like,
up.
resentment for that person. So you literally need to communicate how you feel. Like, in my friendships, like, if someone does something to irk me, like, best believe I'm telling you. Best believe I'm telling you to stop, or I'm putting you aside on that. The only thing that I think I wouldn't like really care too much to say anything about is literally just if I don't care about you that much. No, literally, like if someone
Actually,
no, literally, like I've already established this within myself. Like if someone does something I don't like, and it's like if it's like a hassle for me to tell, I know this is probably not good, but if it's a hassle for me to tell them, and it's like I'm not close with you anyways, why would I care? Like, if you're my close friend and you're hurting me, I'll tell you because I want to save that relationship, that friendship. Like, I don't want to hate you. Like, I don't want to get angry at you. I don't want to hate you. So I'll let you know. But like, if it's literally just like someone that I just is like, I don't even want to be your close friend. I just want to be your like, someone I'm calm with.
Speaking from experience, one thing did happen between me and my friends, and it was kind of like it was really sad and upsetting. Okay, so something happened, and it was like because there wasn't any communication, like obviously feelings were hurt, and then it took a while, like it took like a week for us to even get to the point where we were like conversating like what went wrong and all this stuff. Because like guys, communication is really serious. Because that literally was like I wouldn't say it would have ended a friendship, but it slimed the dough.
Yeah.
Because it's like nobody was talking about anything, and like obviously you have your own thoughts, and obviously a lot of people tend to overthink. So I was overthinking the whole thing. Like, oh, they don't really be friends with me anymore. Like I hate this, I hate that. Like it was really bad.
Mm-hmm.
So it took a while. Like I had to go out my way and communicate. Then they realized that we are in the wrong as well because we didn't voice out what we thought was wrong about the situation. That's also a thing. Like you'll feel like you're in the wrong. But then they need to realize and communicate with you so you have a mutual understanding and agreement
of like what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like communication is so important. And in some, like, you have to give people grace too with it, because some people just don't know how to communicate. Like, some people, it's not something they're like they're taught, or they're like they've grown up with it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, especially if you're from an African household. Like, I know a lot of African households, like, I don't know, even any ethnic household, it's hard for a lot of people to communicate. One thing I will say, like, again and again, is that I've never been scared to voice my opinions to my parents. I genuinely, like, love them for this, because, shit now, like, I would have struggled. I'm quite an outspoken person anyways, but I feel like there's this narrative in a lot of African households that your dad's the one who's, like, harsh, and like when the dad comes home, or the children are going to their rooms and stuff.
No, but I've seen that so far.
Why are you running from your father?
No,
That's
but like
something
some people,
really toxic. and
no,
so
but some
upsetting.
people's fathers like are genuinely like frightening to them. So it's like, I'm so grateful. Like, my dad literally, like, he wouldn't hurt a fly. Like, oh my gosh, like, flip. Your dad's not even scary.
He's so
He's so
But
sweet.
don't anger him.
No, obviously, don't like get on. Obviously, if you annoy anyone, they'll get annoyed.
Yeah.
But like, to us, like, I'm so grateful for that, because genuinely I can communicate anything. But you have to understand that not everyone has had that privilege in life. So some people struggle with communication because they don't know how to communicate, because all they've ever known is a household where everyone bottles up their feelings until it reaches a certain point. So if you know, like, in whatever friendship you're in, you are good with communicating something, try and introduce that to your friend. Be like, communicate your feelings and be like, oh, what do you think about this? Da-da-da-da. I know if I'm wrong, I'm going to apologize, because it's just so flipping embarrassing. Like, every time I do something, like, oh, it's just so embarrassing. You don't understand. Like, every time I do something and I know it was mean or harsh, like, I genuinely have to, like, even if the person doesn't even accept my apology,
I still
like,
say
I have to like text them and be like, oh, I'm sorry for
I
that,
feel bad.
because it's out of character. And I just feel like it's just not really necessary. Like, once you really do self-reflection and stuff and realize that you were in the wrong, it's embarrassing. That's why I feel like a lot of people don't want to say sorry, because it's flipping embarrassing. It's like you thought you were right the whole time and then you were wrong. Ugh.
I don't have to say sorry.
Like,
No, I only say sorry like if I know, like, okay, I feel bad, I did something bad. But you know, like, sometimes you're like, okay, but how did I, like, blah 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 blah. I'm not saying sorry.
Okay, Jayda.
I'm sorry. Sorry.
this is not the behavior we're mirroring. This is
Oh,
not.
sorry. I mean, like, you have
No,
to say sorry.
no. Don't be like that.
I don't like saying sorry.
But you're gonna
It's not
like
my
it.
I'll say sorry if, no, genuinely, if
No,
I
but
know I
like
did
the-
something.
But the thing is,
Yeah.
you may think you're right, but you're actually wrong. No, but you're
No. Let me land. If I know I did something wrong, I will say sorry. But
That's-
if it was both of us, like,
Oh.
you haven't reached out, I haven't reached out, I'm not saying sorry.
Okay, calm. But like, also,
Or if I reach out, you haven't, and I've said sorry and you haven't, I'm taking my sorry back.
That's so rude. That's so rude.
No, but on a like serious note though, what's it called? If someone tells you that something you did upset them, just say sorry.
Yeah, I will apologize. If you
But-
told me,
Oh, I'm sad you did this, but it angered me a bit about. Okay, I genuinely apologize.
I've had friends where I've told them something they did was wrong, but like, it's not that deep.
oh,
Though.
my bad. What do you mean it's not that deep?
It's not that deep. It's so serious. Next thing like, I'm crying, and you're telling me it's not that deep. Relationships the same. Some boys are so insensitive. It's not that deep. Your mum's not that deep. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's literally sorry. But like, it's just like some people just aren't as sensitive or don't respond to things in the same way as you.
Mhm.
Like, I get sensitive over certain things. I don't care about other things that maybe some people may deem as more serious.
Yeah.
It's literally just the way of life. But you have to like, not everyone can empathize with you. But so if someone's hurt you, that if someone actually cares about you and you tell them they've hurt you, why are they not apologizing? If they don't apologize, you have to be like, well,
Yeah, you say sorry, like.
yeah, it's a bit unsettling.
It's also a thing, like, saying sorry it also comes with being mature. Because if you're childish
yeah.
and you don't like saying sorry,
I
I feel like
you.
no.
You literally.
I feel like you grow and then say sorry.
No. No, there's dads and mothers out there who can't say sorry to their children when they've
Guys,
messed
that's
up.
generation. That's really
Bad.
You
Okay, cultural parents. Ethnic parents.
yes.
God, ethnic parents. They do a thing where like they can scream and shout at you. They can like discipline you. I'm not gonna say wait, but discipline you really harshly. And then when they find out that they're in the wrong, oh, do you want to eat something? What do you want to eat? Do you want no?
I've heard this a lot about like Asian households. Correct me if I'm wrong, but like I feel like African households the same too. But like if like your mum has done something wrong, she's realized she's wrong. She comes with a bowl of fruit to your room.
what
Stuff.
it doesn't make sense.
Because what's that gonna like? That there's no sorry. You're offering me food. I'm still gonna be crying in my bed. Like, what's the difference?
Yeah.
African ethnic parent. I feel like
Not
they
all of
really
them.
should-
We're not generalizing to all of them,
Not
but
all of them.
I feel like some of them like because they weren't taught that as children.
yeah.
They've just carried it on. I feel like our generation is a generation that's gonna break all of the like
I mean,
trauma
we have
stuff
to.
because carrying that on, like who's it gonna benefit?
It's not
Your children will grow up to dislike you and put you in a care when you're older.
Yeah, like we're hearing about some of my friends and their parents and stuff when they tell me stuff like that. I'm like, damn. Like one thing is, like I said, you give grace to the people who haven't learned communication, but also if they haven't learned it, they have the room to learn it. They have the room to learn it. If your parents or your friends or your girlfriend, your boyfriend, or whatever, they're not willing to learn how to communicate with you. What the flip? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, how are you asking someone, oh, like, we need to get better at communicating, and they're just like,
Yeah.
no. There's just like, well, then you're not trying to build a healthy kind of relationship. And especially with your parents, I feel like some people are really scared to talk to their parents to like tell them to communicate. Tell them to communicate. Like, I remember we used to have like family meetings. No, all my life we used to have family meetings. We used to have family
No, I
meetings.
can't like we used to, but then it was just my dad telling us as well.
Oh,
Like,
really?
he'd sit us down, and he'd be telling us off. Obviously, mom's always downstairs watching her TV. The children are caught off her blanket, just watching us all get told off. And we're like, okay. Like, there was no, like,
There was no discussion.
No,
My family meetings were like so funny. So basically, it'd be like, I don't know, there'd be an issue that like, I don't know, my parents were upset about. So we'll take turns. They'll talk, right? And then we talk, and and then sometimes I would not be making sense, but like it was really healthy, and I feel like it's really helped me strengthen my relationship with my parents. Like there's like mutual respect, but a lot of parents expect their child to respect them when they don't give them respect. When like sometimes a lot of children tell their parents secrets, and their parents are on the phone.
Guys, that's one thing. Like it ticks me off really bad when parents do this. Like I've come to you in confidence, or like there's something going on in the household, and then you're on the phone screaming, laughing, kiki kaka about it to your friends, like, and then obviously the child's gonna hear it. I think
And they're gonna be like,
and it's gonna
betrayed.
so hurt. And now you're gonna feel like, oh, I can never go back to my mum or dad and tell them this because they're just gonna tell their mates. But it's gonna be awkward because I don't know what goes on in their friend's house, and if they're telling their children or your cousins and blah blah.
Yeah.
So then it's gonna paint an image to everyone else. Like it's
just not cute. So like I feel like that is quite toxic. That shouldn't be done. But moving away from family, because obviously this is about friends and relationships. Family relationships coming to it too. But I feel like we could do a literal whole other episode of family relationships and stuff. I want to know like your take on the saying that you are who you surround yourself with, because I have tried to defy this so many times. It's like if my friends are doing something, I'll always just be like, nah, it's not me. But like, you are what you eat. You are what you eat. It's kind of like show me your friends and I'll show you your future. Like if you have friends that are gang members and they're all going to jail, well, guess where you're gonna end up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like that's the kind of gist with you are who you surround yourself with. I feel like that's a bit unfair at times because some people genuinely aren't. But you would be
if you're surrounding yourself with those people, you can always even if it means being alone and like learning to find a new friendship group, that is honestly doable. I promise you, the people that you're friends with now who are not good influences are not going to be there forever. They're not holding you hostage for you to be their friend. If the people you're hanging around with are not the type of like, they don't go with your life, they don't have the same mindset, the mentality that even like how childish you are.
Mm-hmm.
If they don't follow your morals, or if they don't act how like you'd expect your friends, obviously everyone's a little bit silly, that's fine. If it's like they don't like care about the education, they're going down nasty paths, they're taking stuff they shouldn't be taking, disrespecting people, parents, like even the slightest stuff like disrespecting a worker in like shouting at the bus driver. What's the point? Sorry, but that does not align with my morals. Why would I do something like that? So hanging around those type of people, I feel like looking outside, they will think that you're like that as well.
Yeah.
And people will point fingers and say that, oh, she's just like them. She probably does this as well. She probably does that as well. Move away, even if it means being lonely. After I moved away from a friendship group, I was by myself and I was perfectly fine with that because I can console it myself. I know, like, okay, I don't want to be lonely. That's so weird. That was
me. I can't lie.
Accept it. I feel like that's your
Charge it.
until you find the people whose morals align with your morals and the people that you can actually console in and like talk about education and school. Let me go to mom and what uni should you apply to, personal statements, blah blah blah, all that stuff.
I feel like it's really topical. It's actually on like everything that we're speaking about now in this topic and how you want to improve and grow yourself. If you don't have friends who align with those morals, then what are you doing? Like my dad, why am I talking about Frank so much? But like my dad always says, and like that's one thing that stuck with me is like, if you're like at this level and your friends are here, they're just gonna bring you down until you reach here. If they're here and you're here, you're just gonna be elevating each other up. And I feel like that's really important to know. You have to be on the same level of like, or like morals and stuff, like, or above like each other. You have to like literally like elevate each other. Like with education and stuff, like I care about my grades, like flipping out.
No, honestly, some people out here, I can't be out to do this assignment. You know what? I might say to you, yeah, I can't be out to do it. I've been done it.
Okay, this is the people that we don't like.
Like,
I'm a nerd, but I accept that I'm a nerd, like wholeheartedly. But also, it's like, yeah, not everyone's like that, and that's okay. Like, if you don't like education, like flipping, look at the education system. It's not the greatest. Not everyone's built for that lifestyle. We all have different career paths and different like routes to go down. That's okay, but you have to know that like. I know I'm not gonna be friends. I don't think it's only gonna be solely because of that. Probably be a lot of other reasons. But I know, like, if I'm trying to lock in and my friend's not locked in,
I'm gonna have to move away from you. Sorry.
Yeah, because you're not encouraging me. Like, if I'm trying to do work and you're like, why are you doing work?
It's been just to impress.
I love just to.
I love it, but when I'm trying to do my work and I know that my work is like struggling and it's due, don't like you and. Your friend can see you struggling and they know that you need to do your work. That's why I like my friend. Because I had an assignment due. And I'm struggling. And I was like, oh, let me just take a break and play a game. She was like, no, stop, like, do your work. Like, actually do your work.
You have to be able to, like, check.
That's the type of friends you know. You need to be able to, like, okay, actually clock in and stop being stupid and, like, be so for real. Because you need to blah, blah, blah. You need to do this. Because with the career paths that we're choosing, it's going to be tough. And we need good friends.
You need good support system. Yeah, because otherwise you're literally just going to go down different routes. Like, even things like, I don't know, podcasting and stuff. Like, there was people who were just like, why the flip do you have a podcast? I'm like, why the hell not? Like, in this life, you genuinely have to be bold with the things you want to do and not care, because you do think, like, it's only how many years on earth, and then we go to Judgment Day, then we go to heaven, amen. But like, you know what I mean? Like, you just go to your own respective paths and you just do what you have to do. You have to live life to its fullest. That's not me saying go do anything stupid. Like, be realistic, but you have to seize opportunities as like far as they come. If you want to start something, start it. Who is stopping you?
Nobody. I promise you, no one's holding you captive.
When I started doing my podcast in my flipping room with a broke up mic and my laptop, let's talk about it. From like,
where are we now?
Exactly. And I've gotten to a stage where I love doing this so much that I've literally like got a studio and we're here talking about like, we're literally here like just doing a podcast. And it's like, bruv, like when I first started writing poetry and talking about my emotions, flipping cringe, so cringe, gag. Like when I look at shut up. When I look at what's it called, like my old poems and stuff, when I was like flipping at 11, I'm just like, what the hell, Mame? But then it's like, you know, I'm gonna drag you by your hair anyways. But then it's like, what's it called?
It's like we don't get violent.
But when you reach a certain age, it's just like, who cares? People are always going to say something, and we're actually not in the public eye. We're not these celebrities.
Who actually cares?
Like, develop a skill. Like, I don't think people understand how much time we have as youth and how important it is to develop skills right now, because those skills are going to help you in your future. When I'm here talking to you, I'm learning communication skills. I'm learning how to voice my emotions. I'm learning how to give people advice, and I'm learning how to like talk about myself, which is lovely. But I'm also just like, I'm just doing something I enjoy, right? And that's really important. Find a niche that you want to specialize in, right? Find something you want to do, and don't care about what everyone else is doing. That's what with friendships, like, you just get so tied to certain people, and you're like,
if you're going here, I'll go here too. If you want, oh, go to uni, Midlands. No, I want to go to uni in central London. I want to go there. Let's, oh, no, come Midlands. Why can you go there? It's, you know it's going to be, and then they try to do all the most stuff to make you doubt it. You know it's going to be expensive. You know the travel's going to be long. You know
that's why you don't tell your dreams to small-minded people.
Honestly.
Like, I've literally said this in my Don't Let Your Big Dreams Die. I had a segment when I was talking about friendships too, and I said, don't tell your plans to everyone. You guys don't know what I want to do for a living, respectfully, and you're not going to unless why do I get there and I'm posting about it on the podcast, like, because you never know the intentions of people. Like, I don't really go around telling people like all the unis I want to go to, all the like plans I have for the future. Like, I'd rather just do it and let them see. Like, I don't want people knowing my plans before I take the first step.
People are really wicked as well. They could wish badness onto you.
Yeah.
They can get you in so much trouble that you cannot pursue your dreams.
Exactly. You're literally just making more blockages for you to reach your goal. And you never know, like, as a Christian, like, maybe there's something that God doesn't want you to do. Like, maybe you're thinking you want to go to this uni and God's like, nah, that's not for you. And you're going around telling everyone, I want to go here, I want to go here, I want to do this. And maybe it's a different path. I feel like I just, like, with my personal stuff, with like all my career aspirations, like, I'd probably say the most generic thing if you ask me what I want to do in the future. But like, there's a multitude of things I want to do in the future. I'm not going to sit here and yak to you about all of them. And I feel like in friendships too, like, people will always try, like, I don't know, follow the things you want to do. They see you do good at something they want to do too. There's inspiration, but there's also just blatant copying and stuff. And I feel like you have to be really careful of that. No one can be a replica of who you are. So like, really just like put that in mind and try to be as authentic and stay true to yourself. Like, I know the paths that me and my friends are going down completely different.
Honestly,
I could not look at a biology book.
Here.
I literally couldn't, like, some of my friends do maths, further maths, physics. And I love a woman in STEM. Oh, I love a woman in STEM. But like, that is not for me. Like, I'm an English babe through and through, and that is something I keep saying to myself. Like, I know who I am. It's not gonna change for anyone.
She prefers English. I prefer biology. Like,
it's not, is it? Are we gonna fight over
no,
it?
like, what?
It's never
I'm going to be like, oh, Mummy's doing English. Should I do English just for me to not be great?
Just for you?
Do what you're good at. Like, just
play your strengths.
You're gonna go do further maths when you know you can't calculate.
That was me at the start of sixth form. I was going to choose like chem, maths. Bruv, you look at me, look at me, look at how outspoken I am, and you're thinking like chem, maths, bio. And that's just not like who I am.
Don't do it.
And I was just letting external factors and people and my friends influence me. Friends can influence you for the better, but they can also influence you for the worse too. And it's not always their fault. It may just be like you personally. Anyways. So we've talked about what does it say about you when you have a bad friend. We've talked about kind of what we want in friendships. We've shared our experiences. Now it's like actually enacting upon that. How do you let go of people who are not serving you and are not doing you right in life without having that longing sense of, oh my gosh, we could have done this, we could have been this, da 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 da, without like the fear of missing out? Because I used to have such serious FOMO, and it's like, I can't cut you off because who knows, we could do stuff together. And I don't want to have FOMO without you. So how do you like kind of master that?
That's the thing where it's like, you really have to be. That's like bravery, and you need you need like a really good. You need to be first of all be in a good mental place, a mental state. It's gonna hurt. Everything hurts.
She said everything.
Everything hurts. Honestly. You need to be in a really good mental state and place where you know, like, if I do this, okay, I won't be friends with these people, but who's it going to benefit at the end of the day? You. It's going to help you. It's going to benefit you. So you really need to, like, it's gonna, like, you're not gonna want to do it. Nobody ever wants to do it. Sorry, like, you're losing your friend, you're losing memory, all this time, all this stuff. But, like, pros and cons. Like, let yourself
Make a list. If it gets to that point, make a list.
Make a list of the pros and cons.
The hurt and good, the bad and the, like, just let yourself know and be true to yourself, honestly. Because at the end of the day, the only person you're hurting is yourself.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
I always say, like, if you're contemplating whether or not you should cut someone off, cut off.
Because
Cut
why are you
off.
thinking about
Cut off, because that intuition in your mind is serious.
If that is your friend,
And
you won't need to think about it.
you can't hold on to the memories of someone. Like, it's so stupid, but it's literally what we humans do, especially as someone who's, like, a thought person, whatever, who just likes to think, who's an overthinker, and who cherishes, like, so many memories of people. Like, I literally have like, my Pinterest boards are basically, like, scrapped, like, books of, like, me and everyone that's ever been in my life and stuff. And even, like, in my poetry, like, it's inspired by the people around me. So it's, like, really weird when you try to, like cut someone off and you have so many memories with them. And I was like, why are you idolizing? I literally said to her, like, why are you idolizing the memories of someone? You're robbing yourself from the opportunity of meeting other people who you're going to create more memories. Like, memories come, you can create more memories. Is it by force? Is it by force?
At the end of the day, these memories are not forever. You're not going to remember everything.
Don't let it keep you hostage. Like, there's some people who you just naturally drift apart from, but when, like, the friendship breakups are so sudden and, like, it happens in the worst way possible, that's when people struggle to move on. Same with the relationships. When they're sudden and they happen in the worst way possible, that's when people struggle to move on. At the end of the day, memories aren't gonna, they're not gonna bring the person back at the end of the day. They're not gonna change the fact, the situation, who they were. Memories are nice, and there's something you can reminisce on once you've healed from the death of that friendship, that relationship, whatever. But you shouldn't be holding it hostage. You're, like, robbing yourself the opportunity from making new memories. Like, it's so stupid. It's like, oh, we used to do this, we used to do that. Find someone else and do it.
Honestly.
Do it by yourself.
I'm telling you, all those memories, they do not outweigh the bad. They do not outweigh all the second thoughts you've been having. They don't outweigh it.
Exactly.
It's like
And you're giving so much energy and time into something that no longer exists and that cannot be replicated in something that's of the past. You're wasting your life. Every time I find myself reminiscing about stuff, I'm just like, mummy, like, do I not have a job?
You have better stuff to worry
Do
about.
I not have things to actually think about? You know, be grateful for the past, remain in the present and plan for the future. That's actually all I can say. Just don't dwell. Like, dwelling is the worst thing. Don't long for things to go back to the way they were, because things are always changing. Like, it's almost going to be 10 years since 2015, which is insane to me.
Yes.
Like, things just change so fast. So you really just have to, like, not hold the memories hostage.
all that energy you're putting into memories. Go and memorize the names of the Bible, yeah. Go and do that. The memories are not worth it.
No, literally, like, you're making an idol out of the memories. And also, mastering the art of detachment.
That is tough, because you all like to decide it. I'm just in the nation, I'm just being... I'm attached to somebody that has been doing me dirty.
You know what I find
Yeah,
interesting?
that's it. I'm in year 13.
What do you think about soul ties and what's
They
it
are
called?
real.
Sorry.
You think they're real?
I think they're
Hot
real.
take, they're fake.
I
Hot
think
take, they're
they're-
fake. Hot take, they're fake.
I don't know.
On my life, they're
I don't
fake. Like, interlinked soulmates. Me personally,
I don't really even like soulmates. I just really like when it happens, it happens. If they're right, they're right. They're not.
I feel like you can
soulmates.
have 10 million soulmates. What do you
Yeah.
need one
One
soulmate?
person is
Get
your
out my
soulmate.
face, man.
Nah, man. Because people get married to
Like, oh, that's my soulmate.
Not even like just
That's
romantic.
my
You can have
soulmate.
friendship soulmates.
Yeah.
But like,
whether platonic.
you think soul ties are real?
I thought
They're scary.
You think they're real?
They are scary.
Where?
I feel like
How
they're
do you
real.
think they like develop?
Like,
them?
I
Because
feel like it's a thing where like, how do you need develop? That's really deep.
do you know what I mean? Because people stay saying interlinked, soul ties. I just personally.
Do you know what it is? That's gonna have to be like witchcraft or something. It's gonna
You
have to
think?
be like black magic or something. Because
Okay, go.
I don't think they happen like that's not natural. I understand if you might like you have your like husband, your wife, you love each other like dearly, like that's my
Soul ties. Do you know how
Soul
deep?
ties.
Do you know how deep it is?
Your
to be saying
soul is
your
something different.
You're
That's
saying
that's
your soul.
beyond.
That's your entire being.
that's beyond.
We're just
But that's
vessels
beyond
of our
everything.
souls. So when people say soul ties, I'm like, my soul's not tied to
Then
anyone.
like your soul is what goes to heaven.
Or you know, your soul is what goes there, not your body. You stay. Your body is just your body is literally just like a. It's like a machine.
Yeah, that's what.
You
It's
get-
just the thing that carries you.
yeah, literally.
But yeah, me personally, I don't believe in soul ties because I think it's just another way for the media, the government. No, I'm joking. The media and everything, and just like the world to convince you that to stay attached to someone because you're soul tied.
Oh, what's up?
Get the flip out of here. Every time I hear it, I'm just like, I feel like there's attachment. Soul ties, no. No, people say soul ties develop because of what? Sexual intimacy.
Yeah.
Some people say soul ties
I feel like
develop.
that is a thing though.
I feel like
Break-
it's attachment. If you're like, think about it, you're exposing yourself to someone and you maybe haven't done that thing before, of course you're going to get flipping hell, of course you're going to get attached. That's the only person you've ever done it
you're
with.
not.
But I don't
soul-tied.
think you're soul tied. I feel like it's just a way of people keeping you attached to someone else, or like, you know, I just
I
like.
feel like they have some.
something that you want, like you yearn for them, but like you don't need it. You just want it.
I feel like
That's
it's a
one thing.
very, very scary thing.
Yeah.
And I personally don't feed into that because that to me like sets up the standard that if you're soul tied to someone you can't escape.
Yeah.
It's tied, you know, tied.
No, man.
Not. It's saying you're like tied
Nobody-
to someone.
Nobody's truly soul tied in this. Like, some
I don't
but
believe
nobody's ever truly
No.
to one person out of all the people in this world.
That's what I was saying. Like, I feel like it's a lot of like it takes. Look how easy it was for me to convince you that soul ties aren't like, you know what I mean.
Literally.
That's what social media kind of does in a way. Like it pushes this narrative that you are so strongly attached to people, and that's why a lot of people want to be in certain friendships, certain relationships, because that is perpetuated on the media, and then it's put in a way that it's like once you're connected to this person, you can't let go. Well, flipping 90 years ago, they were letting go. Do you think they knew what
Honestly.
flipping soul ties
So
were?
obviously you can let go. We're just like being delusional, as they call it. It's not forever. This person is going to go on and live their life whilst you're saying, "Oh, I don't think I like him." They're out there living
Or
their
she.
best life. He'll see they're
Like
out there
friendship,
living their best life, having a blast, doing what they intended to do, and you're there complaining and crying. Like, Siri, move on.
because
It's hard for you, but honestly, it's for the best.
yeah, because for what's it called? Friendships. People normally say like interlinked, and I'm just like, I don't believe in that either. Like, you can be close with someone, but you don't have to be like
Oh, that's my
Forever, like I feel like we share the same soul or the same.
the same soul is getting
No,
there. That is stuff that I don't play with.
no, not my
I
soul.
hold my cross.
That's for my Lord God.
She said, she don't know it. But yeah, you exist as like a soul entity. Like I said, come to this earth alone, leave it alone. Why are you saying you're soul tied to people? It's just like setting it up in your head. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you believe you're soul tied, you are soul tied. But you're not. If you believe you're interlinked with someone and you can't let go of that friendship, you are interlinked with someone. All you have to do is change your mind and think that that's not what's going on. I can exist separately.
manipulation.
Some person, someone on the other end of the relationship is telling that person or like forcing them to believe that they are soul tied, that you are like related, you're supposed to be together, you have to do this, you're this, you're that. That's why, yeah, literally. That's why some people feel like they are that way, because it's a mindset that's been, it's a fixed thing that's been put into them, that they are what the other person says they are. So they can't unthink it now. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's really like
Yeah, but
it's you, to be honest. It's just you.
And that's what I'm saying. To know your surroundings, you need to know yourself. And we've done so much building of the self throughout this chapter. So, like, leading up to this episode, you should really listen to all the episodes before because it's so important. You need to know who you are as a person to be able to descend to people. Like, they are not your son. What the hell? You don't revolve around them. Like, being your own person is actually okay. You do not need to be interlinked or soul tied to anyone. It's scary, it's weird, and I just feel like you're just pouring so much energy into something that probably doesn't even flipping exist, and yourself fulfilling it upon your life, and it's just you're speaking it into your life ultimately, and then that's just not good for you. Allow yourself to have the ability to understand you are a singular person. You can move on. You can make new friends.
Why do you think you have your? Why do you think you have your own identity? You have your own passport, your own thingy, your own this. Because you are you. Don't let somebody else dictate your life for you.
It's literally it's so much easier said than done, but it's just like genuinely master the art of detachment. Someone wants to look at your life, let them. Someone doesn't want to be your friend no more. Are you?
Don't go on your knees and beg. Don't be a beg. Don't beg. When you talk to beg, don't ever beg for validation. Don't ever beg for somebody to stay in your life. There's a reason why they are leaving. Don't beg.
Literally, people in your life for a reason or for a season. There's different categories of friendships. There's different categories of people. There are people who are supposed to be your friend because maybe they taught you a lesson that you don't like those type of friendships, huh? How about that? You need to understand when people want to leave, let them leave. If people do you dirty, let them leave. Because some people do you dirty and still want to stay, and you may think, oh my gosh, they'll like change.
If you question your friendship, let
them go. Like, literally, you may think that some people will change, but it's just like if someone's done you dirty the first time, don't stick around a second time for it to happen again.
My parents loved them, but don't let them. It's okay, they probably won't do it again.
Don't let someone show you who they are twice. Don't be an idiot and don't look back. Like, one thing I always talk about, I know I've been mentioning Christianity a lot, but like,
sorry,
I feel like you can't talk about this.
Your everyday life.
You can't talk about this without bringing God into it.
Yeah.
Don't look back of like what God has separated you from. Lot's wife, she looked back, look at her, pillar of salt. Do you want to become a pillar of salt?
No, you don't.
Do you want to become a pillar of salt? You don't. You really have to push on and push forward. You have to keep going. Everything in this world is actually meaningless. Nothing really matters at the end of the day. You can meet so many new people and you don't know what blessings God is allowing to happen in your life. You don't know the overtime he's doing back behind the scenes.
All you need to do is let go that person. Once you're with that person, bad stuff can be happening to you. Bad stuff. Maybe it's a sign to like you need to let that person go. So magically, when you let him go or her go, why is your life getting better? Why are you getting those job interviews? Why is your faith strengthening? Why are you happier? Like,
yeah,
it's so obvious as well. Like,
okay, so summarizing points on our kind of segment of like advising you guys. What would you say 3 good points? Okay, let me give you the first point. What would you say, summarize 1 point, like one bit of advice you'd give for people who like, what's it called? Are trying to have healthy friendships or cut people off or who want to have friends that align with their goals for the future.
Loneliness is your best friend.
Oh.
Or no, you are your best friend. That's one thing.
I like that.
You are your best friend. Because you know yourself. You know your values. You know your morals. You know who you need to surround yourself around to be the best version of yourself. So if it means you have no friends and you're by yourself, be that way. Because that's how you get to the best version of yourself. To be lonely. Be by yourself. And sometimes you have to be a little bit selfish. Because, sorry, everyone's a bit selfish in their own ways. You are your best friend. Point blank.
My piece of advice is master the art of detachment. Like, you are your own person. You have your own energy. You have your own life ahead of you. You have your own future. And there's so many people that you don't know if they're going to be in your life in the future or not. And it may be like, well, it could be even family members and stuff. People you thought are forever, they leave you. There's no such thing as eternity until the afterlife. So understand you have to decenter people out of your life. When you put people on a pedestal, you're literally idolizing them. they become a celebrity to you. Like, the deep it, like,
They're
they're
just like you.
they're just like you. Everyone's human beings. We're literally just living vessels in our body, and nothing matters that much. Decenter people from your life and master the art of detachment. And you can do that through so many ways. Like we've listed, you can, get to know yourself, read a book, start a podcast,
Learn a skill.
like, there's so many things you can do to kind of develop that. So, moving from the advice section, we're gonna do a few scenarios. We're gonna do a few scenarios of like just what people have been saying about them and their friendships. Got one of my phones, so bear with me. And we're just gonna be like answering kind of how we would solve them. Okay. So someone said, I hope you can lend me your thoughts on a challenging situation I found myself in during college. I met this incredible girl who was not only strikingly pretty but also smart and a blast to hang out with. We quickly became friends along with some other folks who moved to the to the campus early. And those first days of college were like a breeze. Things were going perfectly until she began sharing details about her high school boyfriend, who she didn't seem to be invested in. That's when things started to get complicated. She confided in me, seeking advice on what to do about this relationship. I honestly believed that she should break up with him, given her apparent lack of interest, but her response caught me off guard. Instead of following my advice, she decided to sleep with another guy to have a valid reaction, like a valid reason to end things. This choice led to a series of unhealthy encounters with guys who seemed to be only interested in her physically, and some of them even had the audacity to call themselves Christian. Okay. She started going down a path of drinking, partying, and seemed to be slowly drifting away from the person I first met. There's this one guy who claims to be Christian, but he's treating her in a toxic manner, yelling at her, leading her on, using her for her body, and yet she's still head over heels with him. What bothers me the most is that she confessed to enjoying the attention, even though she knows it's not right. Now, every time I hang out with her, things feel different and weird. I try my best to offer her advice, but it's like hitting a wall. I can't seem to change her lifestyle or the choices she's making. It's not entirely her fault, and it's not mine either. I'm at a crossroads and I don't know what to do. Should I end this friendship or should I sit down and have a heartfelt conversation with her? I know it's a complex situation, but I'm looking for some guidance here. What would you do if you were in my situation?
I would end that friendship. Actually, I would
No,
have.
let's break it down.
Lovely. She's a lovely girl. They met during the first few days, but then they were in the honeymoon stage, is what I call it. So when everything's sweet and tea and everything, then the honeymoon stage of college, and then she starts talking about her ex or her man at the time, who she just had no interest in. So to break up with her man, she committed adultery, which is cheating, and then broke up with him. So every time her friend tries to give her advice about relationships and stuff, she doesn't take it, she doesn't listen or nothing. So now she's drinking, partying, smoking, doing everything she's not meant to be doing. When her friend tries to give her advice about that, she just doesn't take it and she keeps going down that path. So her friend is the girl's in a relationship, and the alleged Christian man is using her for her body. He's doing the wrong stuff, being toxic, shouting at her, mistreating her. But she likes it. The girl likes it and wants the attention and not listening to her friend. So, what would you do?
What are the advice we've given?
I would talk to you honestly, heart to heart, heartfelt. And if you choose not to take that advice, I can no longer be your friend. Because if you're treating me like I'm just flesh and I'm not a person, and you're just using me for company, when really and truly you don't listen to a word you say, and then when something really bad happens, it's going to be a situation where she's going to come crying back to you because she knows she can depend on you for all of that stuff. So she's not truly your friend. She's just you know that she wants someone in her corner.
She wants someone to fall.
She wants someone to fall. Yeah.
Honestly, I did feel bad for the girl in the story because it's fishing guys using it.
But it is in her hands. Somebody's trying to help you.
Yeah.
And you're choosing yourself not to take that advice. You're setting yourself up for failure.
Yeah, 100%. If I were if I was her friend, I would probably cut her off. Not even a full. Because it's when you try to give advice to someone multiple times, and if they don't take it, what you have to do is just remove yourself from the situation and not care about it. And if they're only coming to you, he doesn't give any like more indications about their actual
They're after
friendship.
friends, no.
No, but like if she's only coming to him for like advice or like telling him about their stories, then that's not a friendship. A friendship is reciprocal. You both have to, you know, communicate. It's not just a one-sided
It seems like
thing.
he doesn't get to put in anything.
He
in
probably
friendship.
doesn't. Bless her.
So giving
Cut her off.
I think yeah, cut her off. How would you cut her off though? Like,
I'd be like, okay.
would you like? Are you the type of person to like just randomly like block and delete everyone, or are you like?
Well, I just not
civil
block
conversation
people when I'm upset. So I feel like I'd be like, I'd send you a paragraph and message and stuff, or I don't know, maybe just I have to okay, I can't even. Or block. Oh, why did she block me? Why did she block me? It wouldn't be hard because you might be seeing them around. We need to avoid people and avoid them. Be like, if people ask why are you not friends with them, oh, we just grew apart. We're not friends anymore.
Yeah,
Don't go around telling you, oh, she say this, she say that, this. That's the experience with me. Like, one person on the other side, she might say, oh, I don't like her because she's this, she's that, she's that. My thing, we just grew apart.
Keep it classy. Like people have done me so wrong. It's just like when people are like, "What happened?" I'm just like,
we're just not friends anymore.
we just chose different paths. Whole time knowing this person made me crush out.
We're like, it caused the whole everything.
No.
We just grew apart.
Yeah, keep it classy. I'd say to cut someone off. I feel like communication. It depends. If they've disrespected you so many times to the point where you're just like, if you communicate, they'll probably like manipulate or gaslight you. There's no point. But if you think, oh, let me just communicate so at least they know I just don't want to be your friend. Because if you block someone randomly and then they're coming up to you in real life,
me?
you know, if they're coming up to you in real life being like, why'd you block me?
I block. Okay. You're
So
gonna
I
be
feel like-
speechless and you're gonna feel so silly because like
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna have to talk to them either way.
Yeah. So I'd say definitely communicate. I think he needs to communicate with her, be like, what you're doing, like using me, like just as someone you can tell all your drama to, but not actually like taking my advice when you know that's the best for you. That's unfair to me, and that's the basis of our whole relationship. So why am I here? Because more time, she probably don't even listen to him talk about his possibility.
And it seems like she doesn't listen to him at all. She's like, I feel some friendships you do have, they're one-sided. Like, it's always, you just listen and you never get a say. And that's really toxic as well.
To be fair, I used to be one of those people. And no, it's fine because it's like I'm not anymore. But like I did clock it with myself, you know.
And that's you should.
Because I was like, Mommy, what the flip? Like I talk so much to the place. Okay, I did like you're chill, you're calm though. You're calm.
Oh,
You're calm. I'm cutting this out because you're not alright. You're cutting everything. I'm cutting you out this whole thing.
So
I'm
tired.
cutting you out this whole thing.
Don't make me leave.
But like, yeah, I noticed I did that to myself about myself, and stuff. Because I just used to just yap, like
Used to.
no, but now I yap, but it's about all of us. Like, do you know what I mean? It's not just about me. Like, I used to yap about my own problems a bit too much. But then now,
like you say, like your personal stuff, that's me as well. Like when I see it, I'll make a friend, I'll be like, oh yeah, this happened to me, this happened to me.
yeah, and it's just like, no, what happened to you? What's going on in your life? I feel like,
and they never like. Some of the thing were like, oh, and this happened to me as well. No, they just want to listen and hear the tea.
yeah, you have to be careful with that. So I feel like in a lot of friendships, like you have to be willing to both share things and be reciprocal. She's shown a lot to him, but is he shown a lot to her? That's what you kind of have to consider.
But can he though? Is he allowed to?
Because she might just be like, oh no.
That's what I'm saying. That's the danger.
You might be like, oh, you're just trying to take attention. I'm trying to tell you something. You're trying to take attention.
That's the danger. That's what I'm saying. That used to be me. I used to be a yapper. And I feel like some people couldn't get a word in. Bless their hearts. I apologize to all of you dearly. Like, what the flip? But like now it's like, my life is not that important to be speaking about. Like, over hearing about what's going on in my friend's life, a friendship should be reciprocal. You should both have time to speak about your problems. You should be able to carry each other's burdens. It should be healthy. You should be able to advise each other. It shouldn't just be, guess what about happened to me? Guess what happened to me? And then when your friend's telling you something, you're looking at your phone.
But I told you this, I told you that. You're what?
I like no. It's like a situation where you're talking about something really deep, and then your friend says something like, "Oh yeah, I understand you, blah blah blah," and then this happened to me. You're like, "No, but it's about me. I'm telling you about me. Why are you trying to put your input in?"
Yeah.
That's one thing as well.
Some people do struggle with that because some people are like, why are you making it about you? No, you may just be relating it to the situation. A lot of people are a bit iffy with that. But yeah, like, literally be careful with doing too much and talking too much and not making your friendship reciprocal, because, like, it gets to a point where you might not even know something about, like, some of the most important details about your so-called best friend because you're too busy yapping about yourself.
Yeah.
And that's so
You think
conceited.
you know your best friend's like hurt herself or something.
And
or
she's
mental
going
state.
and you don't know anything about it because missing the things.
Self-centered.
Yeah. Anyways, second scenario. This one's less detailed. Someone said, people only talk to me when they want advice or want to feel better. How do I resolve this? How do I have a relationship with people where they actually want to discuss / and are interested in me?
Okay. With this, you're gonna have to get out of your shell and like learning
Learning to say no to people. It's a bit dark. I can't lie, it's dark because then people start to see you differently or like selfish. You need to be selfish. Oh, selfish in situations like this. You need to put yourself first in situations like this because people just like as he said, he.
I have no idea.
As they said, like people are using you because they know they can depend on you. They know that if I'm struggling, let me just go and tell this person about this. And you can't even enjoy yourself but speak about your interests.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to like really climb out of your shell and say no to people. It's hard, but it's just the reality that bottom line, Caroline.
But yeah, you have to be able to just be like, no, why do you not ever want to speak about me? And maybe sometimes, okay, this scenario, I wouldn't say don't have a conversation. Like, it's not by force. You don't always have to have a conversation. It's not always less talk. It's a thing where you've noticed your friends don't care about you. They don't want to speak about you. Find people who want to. Tell people your interests. By force, they'll know your interests.
Honestly.
On your life, they'll know your interests.
Like what?
Force them to know your interests. Like, you need to like talk about yourself. Talk about yourself as if you're something you proud. Don't be selfish. Obviously, there's a difference between being confident and being selfish. Don't be selfish, but don't always allow that space to have people who are confident and overly confident to dominate your relationship and just talk about themselves all the time. Be able to be like, this is going on in my life, and if your friend seems uninterested, cut them off. You should flipping care.
That's bottom line. Sorry.
Like, simple
At the end of
as.
the day, like
At the end of the day, you need people who are going to be there for you as much as you're there for them.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Literally. You have to be both willing to make sacrifices and do a lot of things for your friendship. Okay. Last scenario. Okay, last scenario. How to deal with a friend who only contacts me when she has absolutely nothing else going on and needs something.
That is
I feel like you
your
have that
friend.
experience.
Oh, yeah.
We don't need to talk about it, but
You
give me your advice.
depend on you. So what I had to do, because it was a consistent thing, like, because like, oh, I know she can give me this, so I'll just ask her specifically. That's the thing with me, like, I'm such a giver, and I'm always like, yeah,
She never gives to me.
tricky. Yeah. It's always like, yeah. But this is a bit weird. I started noticing because it was always consistently, oh, I swear I'll do this. I'll repay you, or I'll buy you another one, or I'll do this for you, I'll do that for you if you give me this and you give me that. Like, and it's also like, you never get that back. Like, let's say, Mama, you borrowed me, like, I borrowed you £5. I won't ask for it back because like, it's not that deep. Sorry, like, if it's to get home, I don't find that it's that deep because you're stuck where you are.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go, no, I swear on my life, I'll pay you back on my life. And it's just like, oh, okay, you're so on.
On your life, will pay
I didn't ask you to. I didn't ask you to pay me back. If you're going to, then go ahead. Like, I'm not stopping you. So when you do that and you keep saying it and over and over and over again, I was noticing that this is getting a bit repetitive, it's getting a bit weird. So then I had to like take a seat back and I asked another friend, but I was like, is it weird that blah 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 is happening, blah 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 is happening? They were like, yeah, that's a bit odd. I feel like you guys have a conversation. I had a conversation, and that's when you finally say, oh, sorry, I'll pay you back, like blah blah blah. Like after that, like I learned to respect them, and I never
Self-respect.
ever did it again. So when you ask for something, I don't know.
Just to make sure what they need, don't have it. I'm joking. Don't
If
do
it's
that.
something like, oh,
One of our friends borrowed us a lovely digital. Thank you, that's darling. That's something we're like, oh, I know that if we mess it up, I'll hurt you.
We're paying her back because she's actually gonna choke us.
But I'm not evil to say that, oh, if it breaks, I can't, I'm not going to fix it because it's not that deep. If you're only going to your friend because you know that you're going to both, let's say I'll borrow something from you and I wreck it and I give it back to you, but oh, I didn't know it was sex.
Yeah. I feel like just be careful, like maybe your friendship is based off what they need instead of actually who you are as a person. Strip yourself back with all the things that they always need. If your friendship can't survive off of you guys alone without all the extra stuff added,
you're human as well. You need stuff as well.
then you're not. It's not a friendship
It's not
at the end of the day.
relationship.
So
That's what it's.
what are we
giving.
saying? Cut her off. Cut them off.
Cut her off. Try to have a conversation, and if that doesn't work,
Cut her off. Anyways, guys, it's been fun.
It's been an interesting podcast.
I think this chapter's been so fun talking about, and I know I've not been consistent and all of that. You know, I'm a busy bee. But I'm happy this podcast has started like live videos, and with these kind of videos, I feel like it'll be like a once a month thing because the trek to get here,
It was horrible.
it was horrible.
This area.
Yeah.
Nah.
But like, yeah, I really enjoyed it. So I hope you guys like, subscribe, all of that. Also, make sure to check out all the other platforms that we host this podcast on Apple Podcasts, on what's it called, Amazon Music, and also on Spotify, and now on YouTube. And yeah, go follow all our socials. Go follow my socials personally. Go follow Jayda's. Actually, no, it's for you. But go follow Jayda. Allegedly, if you want to follow Jayda,
my socials will be down in the link below.
no, I'll just insert it there. And then go follow all of the socials here. It's nice seeing you guys in the flesh. It's nice having a little conversational aspect. And yeah, love you lots. Stay safe. Have good friendships. And yeah, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.